Hello, hi, salam or namaste. Welcome to MQM News Network. Today we are present at the launch of Government Hospital and Community Center at Tuem in Pernem Taluka, North Goa. This hospital has been launched today by Dr. Pramod Sawant. The initial services include the launch of 13 specialized OPDs, including surgery, medicine, gynecology, radiology, and pediatrics. Dr. Pramod Sawant has stated that nearly 100 recruitment posts for the hospital have been approved and hiring is in process. This hospital will be linked with Goa Medical College. The launch of this hospital today is the result of a sustained public protest from the locals of Pernem Taluka. While this launch is definitely a milestone of victory for the locals of Pernem, there is another dark side to this launch. MQM News Network takes you through the other side of this inauguration. While the state government has launched this hospital with the slogan of bringing in a new era of healthcare for Pernem, there is a very dark side to it. Firstly, there are no operating theatres functioning in the hospital as yet, despite the official launch. CSSD, Central Sterile Services Department, and medical gas supply are incomplete at the hospital. What this basically means is the hospital is still not equipped to conduct surgeries or carry on with inpatient surgical care, despite the heavily publicized launch of this hospital. As you can see right behind me, there is only a single entry and exit point for the hospital. Also, you will see around me, there are no ambulances parked here. So there is still no official ambulance available at the hospital despite the launch. And you can see the premises is entirely empty. Also, if you can see behind me, the condition of the water tank here. If this is what is happening at the launch of the hospital, what is to be expected in the maintenance of the hospital? The THAC, which is Tuem Hospital Action Committee, has been very adamantly stating that the inauguration of this hospital should be delayed. The Tuem Hospital Action Committee has stated that the planned linkage of this hospital with Goa Medical College, GMC, could violate the National Medical Commission provisions if full academic power of the hospital is not vested with the Dean of GMC. This half-baked launch of the hospital, is this a moment, a milestone to celebrate? Or do we have the medical facilities in place to cater to the locals of this area of Pernem Taluka? This hospital launch, which is already delayed by 7 years, is still incomplete. The OTs are expected to be functioning in another 6 months. There have been continuous, consistent protests by the locals of Pernem Taluka, including hunger strike, which has led to the launch of this hospital today on February 2nd, 2026. This is Misbah Qadri reporting for MQM News Network, reminding you to stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay tuned into MQM News Network as we continue to track this developing story, especially on Tuem Hospital. Is this just an elaborate launch for the votes? Or is this really a hospital which will be functioning, which will have nurses, doctors, and patients coming in and out? And a very crucial point to note here is that the hospital has been launched but is not equipped to cater to patients who require real surgery. Will this lead to further complications at the hospital? This mismanagement is a major point of contention and something that we will continue to report on ground. The question MQM News Network asks is this another publicity stunt by the state government, or is there real intention behind the launch of this hospital? The launch happened, people came, ministers came, took the credit and have left. But what about the real on-ground truth? MQM News Network will keep following this lead, and we will make sure to report to you the actual truth of Pernem Taluka, the real concerns of the people of Pernem, of Goa. Stay tuned in.